Hello everyone, you're tuned in to the Anything Bucket on WRPBI TV. Tonight in our studio I have two people that are looking to change the world and to be great leaders in government. First, I have a candidate for governor. He's an economist, a philanthropist, and a business leader. Please welcome Khavari, Dr. Khavari. He's a candidate for governor. And his candidate for lieutenant governor, she is a philanthropist, a community advocate, a business leader, Latrissa Jones. Latrissa, welcome. Dr. Khavari, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan.
And I'm very excited that you are here because we've been following the governor's race here in South Florida, and everybody always thinks there's only two people running. There's this guy Scott and this guy Chris. They don't realize there's other options out there. And what you bring to the table is another option. So let me ask you, Dr. Khavari, what made you decide to become another option for the people?
You know, the fact is that I see the people are suffering and going through economic hardship. And I'm an economist, and I know how to create jobs because I did all my life. I wrote paychecks, and I understand how to do it. And I had businesses. And at the same time, I've written 10 books about economics, environment, everything else. And I know it's very easy to do it. We could create overnight, not overnight really, but within few years, we could create 1 million middle-class jobs in the private sector for Floridian, in Florida. My problem will be in the future that we will run out of labor, and we need more of them. But that is a good problem to have because we have neighboring states, Mississippi, Georgia, and other states that we could use them and export some jobs to them too. And first we have to create jobs in Florida, and that's an easy job. Now I see that they talk about creating jobs. Minimum wage jobs are no jobs. It is no jobs. People cannot live on that money. And we pay anyway for that in terms of food stamp, in terms of Section 8, in terms of jails and prisons and so on. Now, why not we create real good jobs, give to the people, and have them enjoy their life and use the money the way they should be using it?
And that is a very important thing to do. And I'm going to ask the same thing of Latrissa. If you told me on the phone, being a grandmother and being a mom and seeing things that it was a case of enough is enough. Yeah. Almost from that movie Network. Yeah. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. So if you could tell the viewers just a little bit about how you got involved with Dr. Khavari and what made you want to assume the role of lieutenant governor and running for that office.
Well, and you're absolutely right, J-Dog. I am angry about a lot of things. I'm angry about the violence that's going on. And like you know as well, I've been a business owner before. I've been a single parent. I'm married now. We have an extended family, but we're all one family. But my first book I wrote on a personal level, and it's called America, We Are Guilty. And I'm going to tell you why. It was because I was pissed off then too, because we lost all our majority of our retirement money, but we still had to send our kids to college. So that means we're going to die working, we're going to die with debt. And our kids are going to be in debt. And Dr. Khavari, and I always advocate on the good, but it has to be the good for all the people, and it has to be the good for the kids. I have 4 grandchildren. I know that they need a future here. And I proudly say, I am a 4th generation Black American. And I say that because I know the work that's been put into this country to get us where we are today. And for my ancestors' work to go to nowhere, and let people take advantage and create a corporate system opposed to an American system that's been created, no, we're not having that. And this was an opportunity for me to be able to, when Dr. Khavari came to me, he said he had a plan. I said, well, let me see the plan. It has to benefit the people, and his plan works. I figure it's an option. If you can create jobs and being an economist, that's what he does. That's exactly what he does. What I am, I'm a public servant. See, that's what politics and politicians in this country have been established about being a public servant to the people, not the people serving us, but us serving the people and meeting the needs of the people. And that's why I'm going to say vote for us means that you're taking a stand to take back what's rightfully yours in this country. We cannot continue to follow, to do what people tell us to do. That's not what this country was made of. I'm 50 years old, just like I told you before. We have to be concerned. When I die, I want to be known that we made a difference in the country for some people, especially the Floridians. We can do this, but we got to stick together to do it.
And it takes a stand, and don't think your vote doesn't count. Your vote matters. Last election, 13% of the registered voters in Florida showed up and chose a governor. 13% made a decision for everyone. Where's the other 87%? Don't sit on the sidelines. Get out there and vote. While both Dr. Khavari and Dr. Jones were talking, I made you a doctor, an honorary doctor.
Well, I appreciate that.
The University of Adversity.
So, the University of Adversity, I like that. That's it. And we're all there, that adverse situation.
Yeah.
And what I kept thinking, there was a song by Stevie Ray Vaughan, and it's called TikTok. And it says, the other night while lying in bed, I had a beautiful dream that the people of the world got together on the same wavelength and started helping one another. That the sick and the homeless had family all around. That the trees in the forest grew strong and tall again. And the children of the world look forward to a future. Tick-tock, tick-tock, time's ticking away. And it is ticking away. Time is this commodity that we have, but once we use it, it's gone. We can't get it back. So the idea is using your time, get to know the candidates like Dr. Khavari, like Mrs. Jones, Latricia Jones, and make sure you're out there doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I am very intrigued. I see all the different things that voting for you could do, Dr. Khavari. We know job creation is the one component. We know being an economist is another. I know one of the things that I was really freaked out about years ago, and I hope they fix the problem in Florida, when you would call the unemployment hotline office, not only were you put on hold, but when you finally got somebody, it was outsourced.
Right.
And I looked and said, these are the people that are supposed to be helping me find work. So if they're outsourcing their own, what good is that doing for us? So if you could explain again some of the job creation, some other plans that you have. We talk about education all the time. I'm a firm believer that it's better to build boys and girls than it is to repair men and women.
You see, education is not a cost. It is investment in the future. As a nation, we have to consider education as an investment in the future, and it should be free for everybody, higher education, because we create more wealth. We don't create wealth when we send our our college graduate to flip hamburger by McDonald's. We must have them working, creating, developing products and new technologies which takes us to the next level. We have to understand one thing. We cannot live in a society economically that the social cost rises and the cost rises faster than your income. And especially we have to realize that one day all of us will retire and we have to live on a fixed income or on our savings. And if we outlive that saving and income, we are going to end up in poor houses. So what we have to do is we have to create a system that serves the people, that within 10 years they can own everything what they need, such as housing, cars, electrical cars, energy system, and a security system economically, that when they retire they can live in peace, not like end up under the bridges. That is what we should do. I am equipped and I have the necessary knowledge to do that, and I'm running to do that because we have to create prosperity, lasting one, environmentally safe prosperity, and economic security for every Floridian. This is the easiest thing to do in the world. Is this easier than drinking a glass of water? If we knew and if people would understand that this is the way to do it. What we are doing at the present time, we are destroying our future. our environment, and you show me one thing that you could be secure of it, thinking that in the future, when I get 70, 80 years old, I can live on it. You have nothing to do unless you're a billionaire. And you say, and still you cannot be sure of that because you may end up losing everything you have.
Right. And there are no guarantees. And we could go on probably for another 4 or 5 days, but we have to start wrapping it up. Latricia, if you could let everybody know how they can connect with you and Dr. Khavari, how they might be able to support your campaign. I know you're looking for volunteers to go knock on some doors. I know, of course, you're looking for financial backing.
Yes.
I know you're looking for endorsements. There's a lot that goes into running a campaign. I'm going to wish you the best of luck, and I want to thank you for being here on the Anything Bucket to give our viewers another option.
Yes.
And if you could just let everybody know where they can find out more information about Dr. Khavari and yourself.
I think the best place to go, I'm going to direct people to the website because you need to see for yourself what we bring to the table as a team. He has the plan, and I want you also to remember, he's the Democrat in this, and I'm the progressive Republican. This is a true bipartisanship, I would say. But www.Khavari, Khavari, forgovernor.com. If you're interested in volunteering, you can go to that site. If you want to make financial donations, you can also go to that site. But most importantly for me, just vote. We have to make a statement and take a stand. And because this is the Anything Bucket, I'll also talk about the shootings that's been going on because those are issues, that's economic suppression in communities, and we have to deal with that. We have to deal with it because with legalized marijuana coming, if it's not structured in a plan that I know Dr. Khavari and myself can bring to the table, because everybody has to eat. And remember that, even you and I and he and the kids that's out here as well.
And again, we want to thank both Dr. Khavari and Latricia Jones for being here on the Anything Bucket. The biggest thing, ladies and gentlemen, the future is in your hands. Come November 4th, you can be part of the problem or you can be part of the solution. Don't stay at home. Get out there and vote.